Hi there, welcome back to Get Gardening. In today's episode we are going to continue talking about how to extend your blooming period for your garden. In last week's episode we talked about a few tips that you could do to extend that growing season by selecting certain kinds of plants and deadheading. In today's video we're going to talk about a couple other tips, and the first one would be to sow some seeds later in the year. In July, I sowed these beautiful sunflowers, and here they are at the end of August gracing me with some flowers. And this kind of sunflower is one that gives multiple heads. So I'm going to keep on, after I deadhead these, I'll keep on having flowers from these right the way through the fall. So you can sow your seeds a little bit later to add some annuals and color interest right the way through fall. Also remember to stay on top of your weeding and your watering, and that'll help your plants to be a little bit healthier as well. Another suggestion is to experiment with tender bulbs like this one here. This is a dahlia called David Howard. It has this beautiful orange flowers that blooms over a long period of time. You can see the bumblebee that just landed in there right now. They love them. If you keep on deadheading it, it'll bloom all the way until it needs to be lifted at the end of fall. And a plant like a tender bulb like this dahlia or a canna lily, they bloom all the way until the heavy frosts come, and then they just need to be lifted and stored in your basement. And I will show you how to do that later in the season. So here I have an example of a nice canna lily that's blooming, and just like that dahlia, it needs to be lifted in the end of fall, and I'll show you how to do that. And finally, something that you could do next year is experiment with growing tropicals. And if you haven't seen my video on growing tropical plants, go ahead and I'll add the link below and take a watch on that. This is a beautiful banana here, Anseti Morelli, and this will keep outside until the temperature goes below 50 degrees, and then it just needs to be brought into the basement and stored over winter. I hope you've enjoyed. I want to hear from you in the comment section below. Make sure you like and subscribe, and get out there and get gardening.